Sonny Ono, you're here in Kabukicho getting ready for Noah Monday Magic. It's Super Bowl Sunday back home.
I know.
But we got Noah tonight. How are you feeling?
Very good. Look at Godzilla's up.
Sure enough, we got some kaijus, some big kaijus in Kabukicho, the home of monsters, monster wrestlers,
I know.
and monster managers. Legendary manager Sonny Ono. I know you've been working on doing some talent agency and bringing some brand new wrestlers to Japan. How's that going? It's the chosen one tryout.
What we do is we kind of screen the talent for, I think, somebody who they're looking for. They, like Noah and Monday Magic. Matter of fact, I had a meeting in Tokyo Joshi. We're looking for some talent that can work here and learn here and make themselves better. And of course, more than anything else, if they can do it here, kind of like in New York, you can do it back home.
I mean, it is the home of the best pro wrestling on the planet, wouldn't you say? And you've been doing this for a long time, right? About 40 years.
Yeah, but if I was 40 years younger, I keep telling the ladies around here. But yeah, correct, about 40 years.
Of course. And take me back to that time, WCW New Japan, 1993. Relationships were a bit fractured at the time. Eric Bischoff brought you over here. You can see NWO shirts all on these very same streets. And he said you were better at reading the room than him. What was that like? What are some of the cultural cues that Americans might miss that are important to Japanese promotions and the wrestlers here in Japan?
Well, we have some of the Americans here. Americans have tendency to think that the United States is the center of the universe, whether it's wrestling or baseball. Look at baseball. Who is the center of the universe right now? That's right. So you have to look at in a context of you're going to get yourself over worldwide. That's the most important part. And one of the things, if you're going to wrestle, you can't just wrestle American style. Guys goes out there and learn the lucha style. Guys goes out there and cut the strong style in Japan. I think that's very important for you to become a complete wrestler.
I agree. And, from the 90s to today, it's very important for you to learn a variety of wrestling styles, right? I've talked to many pro wrestlers here in Japan, foreigners who come here, and that style is different here than in the US, than in Britain, and it's kind of becoming part of a complete package, right?
And you got to be able to adapt, right? You go to Europe, you go to England, you got to be able to wrestle their style.
Right.
And whether you go to Japan, you got to wrestle their style. And you know what? Because of WWE and Netflix, wrestling is going worldwide. You know what I mean? There's
HBO Max, AEW, and
I get
streaming right here on Wrestle Universe.
Yes, I mean I get called from people from India, promotion from India, China, Philippines, along with of course all the European. I just talked to Mr. Takagi-san about maybe using some of the Tokyo Joshi talent to go to Israel.
Yeah, Senshiro Takagi, of course, president and Cyber Fight. And streaming live tonight. It'll be Monday Magic, but I wanted to talk more about not just Takagi-san, but the other veterans in your orbit, in your friend circle, right? Masahiro Chono, Keiji Muto, Ultimo Dragon, Kaz Hayashi. Now, let's take it to the American side. Can you tell me in the 90s, were there any funny cultural moments where they needed your help adjusting to the American?
There's a great story about 94, 95. We came here on a tour. And I was here, and we had a Paul Wright, the Giant, the Big Show. And he was a young man, and the first time in Japan. And of course, I think half Reb, I think Ric Flair said to him, hey, you got to go downstairs to the spa. They'll scrub you clean. The ladies will come in and scrub you clean. Paul gets a little excited. And he says, oh, really? So he goes down there, and I thought that, there are going to be some issues, maybe.
Yeah.
So, you know how Japanese onsen is like? It's like a big tub, like a swimming pool. So I'm in a corner, just kind of a towel on my head like they do here, and just kind of being a fly on the wall.
Yep.
And sure enough, Paul Wright walks in, the big
All
giant.
7 foot of him.
Oh, yeah. Walks in, and his idea of what was going to happen wasn't like that. All his expectation was a little different. So they had like maybe 5 or 6 little 4'5" Japanese ladies that is in their 60s, all dressed with, white towels on their head and white, long sleeve and long pants. They come out and they're there to scrub them, right?
Yeah.
And wash his back and stuff. Of course, poor Paul, not knowing how to speak the language, he's kind of, okay, you want me to sit down? All right, I'll sit down and just scrub them between the fingers. And they told him to stand up at one point. This is great. So he stands up and leans against the wall like he's getting frisked.
Yeah.
Right? So they're starting washing his leg, and this one lady walks around in front of him between him and a wall, and she dunked herself on his junk. And they all started to laugh.
Yeah.
Just giggle. And I almost drowned in a pool. I was laughing so hard. So those moments are innocent moment, but it's priceless.
And on the American side, though, you brought Kaz Hayashi, Ultimo Dragon, that WCW New Japan relationship. It was really a nice pipeline between the two promotions.
Oh, absolutely.
What was it like for them over in America? Can you tell us any stories?
Yeah, I think for them, having someone like me help them on front of the camera as a manager. Heel, we were natural heel because we were from other countries, and Ultimo Dragon was essentially a big baby face.
Yeah.
But with me, and of course, storyline wise, we did the split because I was doing all the evil thing and he didn't like it. And even young Kaz Hayashi was here. I kind of did the same routine with me and Ernest Miller thing with Paris Saturn on a pay-per-view. Mm-hmm. So I think because of my ability it is episodic TV.
Right. American television, you have to hard can, you have to kind of play to the camera. It's a totally different style than here in Japan.
Japan is like, you fight me, let's find out who's got what.
Yeah.
Over there, it's a lot more story oriented. And so you gotta be able to speak and relate. And nobody wants to listen to broken English.
Yeah.
And
especially in the 90s.
Right. Of course. So, I think that's what worked. And it was helpful for when we did the relationship with New Japan, Jushin Thunder Liger, Great Muta, Chono, Tanemoto, Otani.
Were there any funny stories about them and America that you can remember?
Well, a couple points. Muta-san had, I think it was one of the pay-per-view. The Great Muta was here, and his wife Sai-san, which is a dear friend of mine, and she was jet lagged.
Yeah.
And she brought her little baby, which is the same age as my youngest.
Yeah.
And she just could not concentrate the day. Such a bad. And my wife ended up taking the two babies, two boys, and essentially spent about 24 hours with them,
Yeah.
And of course, how do you feed the baby? I said it's not yours. So that was kind of thing. But we did get to feed him. We figured out a formula, and we went out and got a formula and be able to feed Great Muta's baby. So our relationship, and one of the things that people don't realize is our relationship is what happens here.
Yeah.
People think they can come here and just do good.
Do whatever they want.
And Tom, you've been here for
over 2 years.
Yeah. You can't just come here and just think that, said, hey, I got this, I got my credentials.
Yep.
Why am I not working? Over here, it's a relationship building.
Yep.
And now I'm lucky enough to have many, 40 years of business.
Yeah.
Many of those, matter of fact, I've only been here for 10 days. And tomorrow I'll be going back. But I met with Antonio Inoki's former manager. He reached out to me. We went out to dinner. I was with Chono-san for lunch today. Muta-san took us to a dinner with Kaz Hayashi.
Yeah.
And Osawa-san. So, those things. And they had a show here, Sendai Girls.
Yep. Satomoto-san.
Yeah, so I was here with Satomoto-san. I know her.
She was
16 years old when
a teenager back in WCW.
Right, 16 years old. Now she's got her own promotion. She's doing a great job.
Amazing.
Yeah, so, I have a relationship.
And those relationships are so important. So, the 90s to today, you've cultivated those relationships, you've maintained them, and they remain, and people remember you. Talking about relationships now in the modern era of pro wrestling, Tony Khan has relationships with many of the major promotions here, and AEW is, some of the Japanese fans see it as being a one-way street, right? New Japan's maybe not getting as much in return as AEW was. What was different about that WCW-NJPW relationship versus the All Elite New Japan relationship?
From day one, my instruction from Eric Bischoff was treat them like they treat us, which is not a hard concept. And in Japan, and certainly your Japanese fan will understand that mindful of others is taught from child on. If I'm loud, how does it affect the people around me?
Right.
Thus, before the corona, people were wearing masks here, not because they were afraid of catching something, but they were afraid of giving something.
The concept of loss, right?
Right. So. And you know, that's the difference, right? That is the ultimate difference of even in business, and I've said, you know, they'll come in and entertain you. You can come here new product could be better.
Yeah.
You can provide better service. Less expensive, but I can't get through the door. But they'll entertain you. They'll take you out drinking every time you come and give you a great time. But I told one executive that I said, hey, you're not gonna get it done here. And he's asked why. And I said, because likely the business that you're trying to get into, they already have the business, you know? So that's the difference.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And, you know, the English broadcast teams here in Tokyo have done great work to help export the culture here back to the West. How does it compare with what you were trying to do in WCW's era? What's better now and what worked back then?
Well, I think, you know, we didn't have all that internet stuff that we had now.
Live streaming.
Yeah.
You can watch anytime, any place.
So I think that's the key difference. I think product, you know, back in the days when American hardcore fan of Japanese wrestling was buying those videotapes, trading them and stuff, you know.
On the forums.
Right. Now you can just, on the phone, you can watch it, you know, instantly, right? Or live. Night show's live.
Night show is live, and it's Noah, and we've got Marigold's talent. So tell us about that liaison work that you're doing between the U.S. independent circuit and Cyber Fight. What excites you about what Rossi Ogawa is building, and how does women's wrestling business in Japan differ from working with the men?
Honestly, I think women wrestling has been on the way up for the last few years, and I think it's got an amazing amount of still upside potential. And where did Joshi come from? You know, this is right here. Either it's Tokyo Joshi or Marigold or whoever. And unfortunate thing I think is you shouldn't limit yourself to certainly your talent for one company. You know, I know Stardom is connected with AEW, and that's what it is. I think it would be so much more better if they could maybe work with a different company. And that's what I'm gonna try. I had a meeting with Ogawa-san yesterday, and I'm gonna be taking some of their talent to Europe.
That'd be great.
Israel.
It's the global honored crown. We've got a world title. It needs to go around the world.
World title means world title, not Japan and US. So yeah.
That's awesome. I look forward to seeing some amazing women's athletes here wrestle get more opportunities,
Absolutely.
Right? It's all about opportunities.
Right. And you know, I mean, going out to international, that means increasing your fan base and opportunity to earn money outside the country. I think it's a great win-win deal.
And you've said to me before, you know, Japanese talent sometimes have trouble speaking up for themselves backstage, going to, you know, doing what's best for them. So a manager can really help with that.
I think it's a very important, you know, I get this doing the international negotiation. You know, Japanese hate to say no.
Yeah.
They don't like conflict, right? So
the man hone, right?
Right. And
they might say one thing and
so
their expressions tell you something, but really
and you gotta read that. You gotta be able to read it. And most Americans can't.
Right.
You know, why is it, you know, why aren't we getting our paperwork? You know? So those are the things that I've been able to help even back then. And relationship is what it is. Back in WCW New Japan days, when I was there, nobody even discussed about how our talent was going to be used.
Yeah.
We didn't have to worry about it when Sting and Flair and those guys went over there. They were just perfectly fine because Masa was trained in the U.S. So he knew how to take care of those boys.
Right.
Make sure we weren't going to offend them, and vice versa. So, that's the kind of thing that when Japanese talent come here, same thing,
Well, big picture, right? Let's close this up with big picture. You're a big picture thinker. I know that about 5 years of friendship, and you've been doing this for so long, going back to WCW. And would you say, you got to manage the Great Muta in his retirement show, Sting and Darby, and that had to feel like coming full circle. What was going through your mind at Yokohama Arena? And what goes through your mind, the memories that you can tell us?
Well, what was amazing for me is this, that negotiation, because WWE and Nakamura-san wanted to wrestle Muta on a Tokyo Dome.
Right.
So that was months before, because our show was January
2003.
So we had to make sure that, Mr. Tony Khan was going to be not offended. And that whole negotiation took like 7 months.
Wow.
But we got it done, and that's the best of it.
It was a great moment for the fans watching, worldwide, and for Yokohama Arena. They blew up. Yeah.
One of the funny moments was, for me, the recognition of Takeda-san, head of the NOAH,
President
asked me, Sonny, do you want to go upstairs and do some autograph signing? I did not come prepared for this.
Yeah.
So I said, I figured there was other people signing, like their talent was signing upstairs. And Yokohama Arena is a huge arena. So I go up there, and Tom, you were there.
Yep.
I go up the stairs, and there's like line of people.
Yep.
What the hell? So I said, who else was signing here? Because, people knew who I was. Yeah, it's been a while, and I wasn't really a big fixture, certainly in New Japan. So, but when I came,
Well, the fans remembered you, right? It's all about the memories that you give to fans and the memories that this culture can create. And if you haven't come to Tokyo, what can you tell the fans at home about coming here and experiencing it live?
I'm telling you, do your homework. Don't be that American, the ugly American. Understand the culture, respect the culture, and you'll have a great time. These are the most friendliest, nicest people in the world.
Amazing. Well, it's the inventor of the selfie, so I got to ask.
All right, here we go.
This one right here.
Absolutely. Here we go. All right, brother.
Thank you so much, Sonny Ono.
Thank you. Hey, thanks, man.